All right. Shalom. Call Allah Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bashim Kakodash. Double honors to my elders and apostles, a great millstone, which are the men that rule. I'm going to taught us this truth. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the elect. Yeah. So the mark of E. I titled it this way for the algorithm so I don't get clipped. But basically just wanted to go in real quick, man, on the mark of the beast, which is the C hip, if you can understand what I'm saying. I'm speaking in using a little bit of slang just in case, I'm just not trying to get my video clipped. It gets annoying to have to redo lessons, I think I might be missing a few. But anyway, yeah, pretty much just know, well, for one, the mark of E, right? It is indeed the C hip, right? And you got camps out here that don't talk about it. And then there's so much news about the CBDC, the central banking digital currency, CBDC, if I said that right. They're going on, and I don't even have any articles to go into. There are articles that brothers are posting, but right now I just wanted to go into the spirit, man, with the scriptures, because that's our trial. That's our last trial on this side, man. That hour of temptation. I'm gonna read it in Revelation 13 and go into that mark, because it is the C hip, man. Get camps out here that's not talking about it, and that's not good. Okay? It needs to be the flock needs to know what it really is, which is the C hip, man. Okay? It's a carnal mark. It is not spiritual. Okay? And at the end of it, like we're going to read in Isaiah 47, but I'm going to read in Revelation 13 and 13. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men, right? Which is what Esau has done. He has, flexed as hard as he possibly can, and he got people shook, but not anymore, right? But it says, and deceiveth them that dwell on earth by the means of those miracles, which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, right? Well, he got them bombs, man. E has done those things, man. He's shown that he's a force to be reckoned with, right? So far. Saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. Going in even deeper, that's the revival of the Roman Empire. That's that wound by a sword and did live, because what? They came back. They were born again. They arose from the ashes, right? It says that image, right? Now, there's more to it in that image. Part of that image is their philosophies and things like that, but a part of that is also their currency, right? It says here, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many. And I'm not going to break down every single part of this, because this is very deep, and you can talk about these scriptures I just read. You can go into so much with it. I'm going to just stick to what the Spirit feeds me. It says, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. A perfect example of that is that during times of COVID, people that weren't taking the vaccine, they were shamed, publicly. There was people who wouldn't wear their mask, and people would assault them, right? That's just a quick example, because that's what they do. If you don't worship the image of the beast, you're going to be killed. Now, going in deeper to the actual time of the C hip, right? If you're not going to take it, you're going to be ostracized. You're going to be put to death and things like that, man. These are things that are coming, right? Because what? He's created an image for the beast, all right? And that image is now we see it, man. What do we see? We see his infrastructures, right? We see his philosophy, his religion, his science. That's part of his image. You see? And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. We know the breakdown, but I'm going to talk about it. That mark is charagma, right? That's an incision. It's a carnal thing. It is not a spiritual. It's a physical. And if you're saying it's a spiritual mark, you are off, and you don't even do your own research. You don't go into words clearly. To call this spiritual, to call this mark spiritual, some people, I heard one dude say from the head of a camp that's not part of our camp, he said that's too easy for him. The chip is too easy. Come on, bro. Salaki, I forgot to say sihib. Anyway, it says to receive a mark in the right hand or in their foreheads, which that doesn't mean that you can get it in your left hand and be okay. Don't be funny. Because when you read the next chapter, it says that the judgment for receiving it is death by fire and brimstone. It says, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Right? Yeah. So clearly this mark gives you the ability to what? Buy or sell. You can't buy or sell with sin. You cannot buy or sell with Christianity. You cannot buy or sell with white women, because for some reason there's been people who said that that's the mark of the beast, right? You cannot do those things with that. So a spiritual mark. What's a spiritual mark, right? How are you gonna buy and sell with something spiritual? With a spiritual mark. So you go up to a store like, hey, I believe in Jesus. Can I get a pound of rice? No. It's clearly... And that's where this gradualism, that's called gradualism, man. That's where this digital currency is leading to. Everything is digitized. Next is just to put it in your skin. Put it under your skin. Because what? Now you can buy, literally, you can click your phone up to a card reader and it'll pay everything for you. Right? I don't even need my card with me anymore, But what's next? They're like, hey, how about you just walk around with nothing? How about just your phone and your hand? You can use your hand, right? Exactly. That makes more sense than freaking, Christianity or sin being the mark. If sin is the mark of the beast, then none of us can repent. We all out here sinning, It says, verse 18, here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 636. Not to go too deep, 666. You see it everywhere. It's in this. The 6 is this man's number. That's why it's the number of a man. And he's, that man. All right, that number, he uses it often. It's always in everything, Daniel 8:24, and his power shall be mighty, but not by his own power. And he shall destroy wonderfully, and shall prosper and practice, and shall destroy the mighty and the holy people, right? Which is what he has done to us. He's had the perpetual hatred to us since forever, man. Since the garden, man. Before we was even Israel and the Israelites, when we were just the sons of God, this Negro was after us. You see? It says, and one way he's going to destroy... One way he tries to destroy the holy people, he's going to try to get all of us chipped. But we know the election is not going to get chipped. They're not going to get sea-hipped. It says, and through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand. Right. Through his policy. What does he do, man? He just declares unrighteous decrees. Right? Micah 2. That's his thing. That's how you know it's talking about Esau. He fits the description. All right? It says, and through his policy also, he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart. And by peace shall destroy many, right? He does that with his peace treaties. And he'll cause craft to prosper. What's part of his craft? Craft, his technology, is part of his image. His technology is part of his image too. What do you see now? The brain implants that allow people to see. That's a false messiah. And that's what he does, though. Okay? It says, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes through the spirit Yahushai, but he shall be broken without hand, right? Because his end game is still to lose, man. And that's what's beautiful about this, man. His C-hip is not going to win. That's why the scripture is saying Job, as he's about to, when he's, as his belly, before his belly's filled, I'm roughly paraphrasing, he's going to be taken down. All right? In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits, which means a rough, rugged, rigid road, man. Okay? It says, but he shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand, right? That's true, man. Esau Edom is going to go down. He's not going to be able to fulfill his enterprise, like the scriptures say. Isaiah 47:10, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee. That's his wisdom and his knowledge, his technology. That's his carnalities have deceived him, man. It perverted him. And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. When you read Isaiah 47 and up, and the whole chapter, right? The different parts of the chapter, what does it speak about? How the Lord said he would not, how should I say, he's not going to meet thee as a man. So he can't win, man. All right, he's not going to. His technology will not prosper. All right? Those are the scriptures that I wanted to bring out, man, because what? Ultimately, the C-hip is indeed the mark of the beast. Okay? The hour of temptation is coming. All right? It's a carnal, physical mark. It's not spiritual. And it's part of his policy. All right? He fits a description to everything I just read. Through his policy, causing craft to prosper. He's going to legislate that C-hip to be mandatory and things like that. And we know it through the Spirit, man. And through prophecy, like the scriptures say. That's why I said he causeth all, right? When you go into the word causeth in verse 16, Revelation 13:16. Let me just get it for edification purposes, right? When you go into causeth, it's the word poeo, which means to... They give you a bunch of definitions now, man, but... Oh, Salakia, and he causeth all, Salakia. When you go into causeth, poeo, which means to make, or basically to produce. Here's a point right here. To constitute or appoint one anything, to appoint or to ordain one that. To declare one anything. Right? That's a big one, man. He's literally, it says in he, causeth all. It doesn't mean that he's just gonna, we have to get. He's gonna literally make you do it. He's gonna make it law. And that's how through his policy, he's causing craft to prosper. Okay? And that's how he's gonna do it, man. He has the power right now. But not out of the control of the Lord, though. So that's all I wanted to bring out. I hope this was edifying. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kagodash, the honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone, which are the men that rule well. All right. Shalom. Peace and blessings to the elect. All right. Shalom.